Mr. President, this is the gavel we use to enact the big, beautiful bill, and I want you to have that for your
Are we ready?
Are we ready? Man, that's a hell of a question. Woo! July 4th, 6:07 p.m. Hope you guys are having a great day. Are we ready? That's what he asked. And I do believe that was deliberately asked. And the question is, are we ready?
big, beautiful bill, and I want you to have that for your
Are we ready?
Are we ready? Tell your people, we're going to look back on these major moments that I'm covering, and we're going to be like, wow, the timing of it, that is speaking. It is speaking. It is speaking. I'm going to take a crack at it. It's in the Blue family. She got the rock colors, orange and red, orange and yellow. This really got me though. He's in all black. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm Friendship Pearson. And I digress. Friendship Blue. Welcome to the channel. July 4th, people. What a day. 249 years young. Yeah, are we ready? I was thinking about the aspects of the big, beautiful bill in terms of immigration. Man, I'm telling you, and then I looked at this budget for the big, beautiful bill and how they're going to allocate $100 billion to ICE and border enforcement through 2029. Yeah, they got it going on. So you might as well say 25 billion a year for the next 4 years. People are not think about how much money has been wasted on the good cop, bad cop paradigm of, let's say, Joe Biden allowing them to come over. I mean, people, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but they walked over here, right? A lot of them. They got on a plane by night with Joe Biden. They got on the plane. They came by sea. They came by air. Some walked to a certain distance. Some got a bus. That's a lot of money, people. I just think about, and all the fighting with the demonstrations and the protests. You know, guys, I covered a few protests here in Chicago the last few years. All the money that was spent on the police as the protests were going on. When you put it all together, a lot of these big cities are in debt up to their nose. You know what I'm saying? Now you got $100 billion going toward ICE. Are we ready? You want me to really answer that? HEWLL, no, we not. We're really not ready for the big, beautiful bill and anything else like it. We not ready, y'all. What they're really hoping and praying is that the tariff money and that drawing tech industries and other businesses here to America is going to make up that, what, around $3.5 trillion shortfall, or additive, how you want to put it. That's a lot to gamble on. You think so? Do you really? Put in the comment section. What do you think? I'm no economist. You guys know I study part-time on purpose for that, but I'm not an economist. I watched maybe 10 economic videos yesterday, and the jobs report came in, says they're higher than expected. But people are saying, look, we borrowed so much money that the interest on the debt is the one that's kicking our butt. And are you guys aware that a lot of these banks are borrowing money overnight between each other with a promise to lend it back? We're back in that position. And if it gets to the position where the Federal Reserve has to step in and do another infusion, we're gonna be in a world of trouble, people. So Mr. Trump, with all due respect, I don't think we're ready. And don't get it twisted, people. People are on the internet saying, yeah, the stock market is doing great. The stock market is different from you and I. It's different from the regular purchasing power that you all have. That's their little piggy bank game that they play. So we're not ready. We're not ready. Now, why am I doing this video? This is it. This is it. If there's ever a reason we're not ready, this is it. This man came to the White House on February 4th of 2025, and now he's back again. And I'm wondering just how deep this rabbit hole goes, and are they going to be able to, for once, solve this thing? Trump is throwing all types of verbiage, so to speak. Look, I mean, look at this one. It will only get worse. Trump wants Hamas to accept the final deal. It's crazy. So I guess what they're going to be strategizing on the 7th of July, Netanyahu's coming to the White House. I guess they're going to look at all the options in case there is a deal, isn't a deal, a negotiated deal that is a partial nick and tuck, a compromise, if you will. I guess they're going to explore all that. Who's with them, who's not with them, the superpowers, and other, this, I wish that Netanyahu would have a meeting with American citizens of all faiths and all creeds and all cultures, and he would listen to us. And I bet my last dollar that the majority of us are tired of that war over there, as well as the other one overseas. And if he could hear our concerns, what we're going through, like I said, we already got money. We basically got a police state due to a foreign-made crisis. Think about it. The more money that they add toward border security and other things like that, and ICE, well, that could eventually get to us if this thing right here gets out of hand. And they say, look, you're going to have to start having nationwide curfews in all 50 states. Pearson, why you're so pragmatic? Because they just opened up Alligator Island in Miami. And, I mean, do you call it a concentration camp? Some people are calling it a concentration camp. I don't care what they say it's for the illegals. I'm looking at all these things materializing, and again, I'm looking at our dollars instead of being in concert with the Bible and the scripture that says, be fruitful and multiply. What I see more and more is a police state of money, more so on our shores. And suppose it's really for us as opposed to fighting and dealing with the issue of immigration. Let's play this here. Check it out. Ceasefire. Make the deal in Gaza. Trump pushes for it.
Did everyone have a good weekend? Sure. Well, I know that Mr. Dermer is in Washington this week to meet with senior officials here at the White House. I also know that this administration is in constant communication with Israeli leadership, and the president himself speaks frequently, as you know, to Prime Minister Netanyahu. But this has been a priority for the president since he took office, to end this brutal war in Gaza. It is because of this president that humanitarian aid is being brought into the region. It's heartbreaking to see the images that have come out from both Israel and Gaza throughout this war, and the president wants to see it end. He wants to save lives. And however, the main priority for the president also remains to bring all of the hostages home out of Gaza. As you know, his tireless effort has...
So yeah, she's confirming it. Trump urges Hamas to accept final proposals for 60-day Gaza ceasefire. But as I'm listening to her, I'm looking at this a day ago. There will be no Hamas stand. Netanyahu rejects ceasefire. They just can't get along. I don't think they can get it done, people. I really don't think they can get it done. Even if I didn't know, what is it, 1 Thessalonians? When they say peace, peace, sudden destruction. Even if I didn't know that about the Bible, I'm looking at we got the wrong people negotiating this thing. President Trump urged Iran-backed Hamas militants on July 1st to agree to what he called a final proposal for a 60-day ceasefire with Israel in Gaza that will be delivered by mediating officials from Qatar and Egypt. In a social media post, Trump said his representatives had a long and productive meeting with Israel officials about Gaza. He did not identify his representatives, but U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Vice President J.D. Vance had been due to meet Ron Dermer, a senior advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump said Israel has agreed to the conditions to finalize a 60-day ceasefire, during which time we will work with all parties to end the war. He said representatives of Qatar and Egypt will deliver this final proposal to Hamas. I pray it works. I really do. Now again, Netanyahu's coming on 7/7 of 2025, a few more days. He's coming to the White House. Trump's next birthday is 6/14/2026. Look at that. That's the difference. 111. I know you're looking at it like, Pearson, your eyes should be bugged by now. Yeah, because there's another 111. This don't look good, people. And all I can do is holler and scream and pray that Jesus comes. That's all I can do, because the numbers don't lie. And people, let me explain to you one aspect why the numbers don't lie. These powers created the Gregorian calendar after America was founded. Okay? This is their calendar. They utilize numbers to speak. When Benjamin Netanyahu comes to Washington, D.C., it's in relation to a number, a numerical system. When they move, they move through the world by numbers. Believe it or not. That's how I am able to do it. And people like Joseph Aguaviva, we understand they move by numbers. They have a calendar. And the powers that are over them, like I told y'all before, it's got to be witchcraft. And then what happens at that point, allegedly, they tell these people that we see on TV every day, they tell them when to move. There was a little small man back in the day in the 30s, little short guy with a mustache, who I can't say, used to go to war, dealing with astrology. I used to be able to talk about it, but I can't. These people are evil, man. Can you imagine somebody going to war based on the stars, the way they're aligned? That's how they do it. So when I keep showing you 111, something's going to pop off, okay? We know the Pope died on the 111th day of the year, which is April 21st. And we know that 111 came up twice in the NBA championships. OKC, Indiana Pacers. You can find out. They both won a game by 111. This is not an accident. They're telling you the future, what's going to pop off. That's all they're telling you. They're telling you. It's in relation to this number, 111. Now, Prime Minister, he was here before. He was here before. Okay? That was on 4/4 of 2025. 4/4. Take, my bad, 2/4. 2/4. 2/4 of 2025. Subtracted from 7/7/2025, a few days from now. You get 21 weeks and 6 days. What's 216? The 216th day of the year is August 4th. That's Barack Obama's birthday. That's not an accident, people. I told you they move by numbers. And the 2/4 is not good because 2/4 is X. The 24th letter of the alphabet is X. That's how they speak, baby. Speak. You know that 7/7 speak as well. Israel became a nation on 5/14/1948. That's the country he represents, 5/14. Take 5/14/2025, their next birthday, we just passed, right? They were 77 years old. Think about it. Israel right now is 77 years old. Yes, they are. Calculator. If you take 1948, subtract it from 2025, they just had another birthday. They're 77 years old. And that's the day that Benjamin Netanyahu is coming to see Trump on July 7th. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Again, they move by numbers. So yeah, when you take Israel's birthday, 5/14/2025, subtract it from 7/7/2025, you get 55. What is 55? Well, didn't Julius Caesar die at 55 years old? Stabbed 23 times? And here's Benjamin's birthday, October 21st, 1949. Take October 21st, 2025, his next birthday, because right now he's 75 years old. Take his next birthday, subtract it from Trump's last birthday, 6/14/2025. Their birthdays are exactly 4 months and 7 days apart, 47. Trump's birthday versus Benjamin Netanyahu's birthday is exactly 4 months and 7 days apart, 47. Wow, Trump's the 47th president. So he's signing the BBB, and he asked him the question. Let's see it again. We close it out. Listen again.
President, this is the gavel we use to enact the big beautiful bill, and I want you to have that for your
Let's get Mike Johnson's birthday in there. Mike Johnson's birthday,
According to Wikipedia, the free
January 30th. Let's get that one in the mix. Today is the 4th. His birthday is what, the 30th? And there we go. January 30th. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Well, people are going to have 222. July 4th, 2025. Mike Johnson's birthday, January 30th, 2025. The difference is 22 weeks and 2 days. That's the beast system. That's the beast system. Barack Obama, that's the Antichrist. That's what 222 means, people, in a gematria calculator. That's what 222 means. And he gave him the gavel. One of my new sayings, people, is that we are in the belly of the beast. But we don't have to be there. We got to get ready for the flight. Get right, stay right, get ready for the flight. so we can go to the throne of grace. But he got one question for us. Let's hear it again.
Are we ready?
That's what I'm saying.
Are we ready? Good.
Are you ready?